guys, welcome back to Hellstorm Wargaming and welcome to our highlight reveal of the Codex changes of, I don't know which video this is going to be on, so Space Wolves, Deathwatch and Forge World Compendium. Thanks to Games Workshop, they sent us 3 lovely books to have a look at and show off to you guys today. They go along with the Space Wolf Codex that they sent us previously. This is a new format we're trying out. This is just going to be a highlight reel. It's like 10 minutes of some of the main changes that have gone on in these books. If you'd like a full review where I go over every single change I can find in each of these books, then you'll have to subscribe to Hellstorm Premium. You can do that by clicking join down below and clicking on tier 3 and joining there to get access to not only this review, not only to the other books review, but also 50 other member only videos for 9th edition. Or you can do it at hellstormwargaming.co.uk to get even more videos over there. If you aren't already supporting the channel, then you're missing out on a lot of content, but all you can do is just sit and watch this highlight reel and enjoy it. Click like and subscribe and tell your friends about it. Do you know what time it is if you've clicked on this video? Yes, it is time to review the brand new Deathwatch Codex supplement, which is out today if you're watching on 31st of October. This is on pre-order today. I'll be honest with you, I only received this yesterday, so if this video is out on time. So I hope I will have a Space Wolf Codex supplement review out today as well. But then we also have the Forge World Imperial Armor Compendium to look at as well, which is hopefully going to come out Saturday, if not a couple of days after. So this will be out ASAP. But today we're going to be looking at the Deathwatch supplement. Also, if you're watching this on Saturday the 31st, at 2 PM today, I'm going to be playing live. I've actually redone the studio. We've got like a nice black board now. We've got the small board. It's very pretty. We're going to be live at 2 PM GMT or UK time with Tank, and we're going to be playing Space Wolves versus Necrons as a live battle report, which should be really fun. We've got a whole new setup. I spent all week setting it up. It's going to be really good, so make sure you tune in and hopefully I'll see you there. Otherwise, let's get into it and talk about what we're going to... What's happening? What's happening? Let us begin with chapter tactic changes. So the chapter tactic is already Xenos Hunters, where you choose a battlefield roll. You re-roll wound rolls of 1 against that battlefield roll. That's going to be quite relevant for some stuff that's coming up soon. But the main one they've had is the doctrines are different for Deathwatch, and this has already been previewed by Wargaming community, but however, I can't not mention it. This is really good. So instead of having normal doctrine rules where turn 1 you're in the heavy doctrine, turn 2 and turn 3 you're in the tactical, and then turn 3 onwards you're in the assault, Deathwatch choose the order, essentially. So they can say, turn 1, I'm in combat already, I'm going to be in the assault doctrine, or turn 3, now all my big guns are out of combat, I'm going to use the Devastator doctrine now. Essentially, you can choose the Devastator 1 time, the tactical 2 times, the assault doctrine 3 times. You don't get any more Devastator or tactical doctrine or assault doctrine than any other chapter. You just decide when they come, which is really good. So I think this is really strong. So then we have stratagems. There is 18 unique stratagems. Again, I've compared this to the Index, not the Codex. The Index doesn't have any stratagems, but there are. I'll probably gloss over a few which I recognize from the Codex, such as the specific ones that target like enemy units look to me very much the same as they were in the original Codex. So, stratagems, let's talk through them. We have Disruptive Launch, which is 1 CP. Use this stratagem in your movement phase when a Deathwatch jump pack unit, Indomitor Kill Team that contains an Inceptor, or a Proteus Kill Team that contains a Vanguard Veteran with jump pack from your army falls back. This unit is eligible to shoot even though it fell back this turn. I should say, I'll jump in now, the way you build kill teams that were found in the Index is exactly the same as it is in this Codex. The Teleportarian stratagem, which is very similar to the one in the Codex that's not in the Index. Use this stratagem during deployment. Select 1 Deathwatch Infantry, Deathwatch Dreadnought, or Deathwatch Biker unit from your army. All models in that unit gain teleport strike ability, essentially deep strike. You can only use this stratagem once unless you're playing Strike Force, which is twice, and Onslaught is 3. Deep Strike, again, is now cheaper because you can only do it twice, but it's cheaper because it used to be 3 CP for 2, now it's 2 CP for 2. Relentless Assault, which is 1 CP. Use this stratagem in your movement phase when a Deathwatch Biker unit or Kill Team unit that contains a Veteran Biker or Outrider from your army falls back. That unit is eligible to charge even though it fell back. So those two are actually really good for the bike and the jump pack ones. Then you have, for 2 CP, you have Shroud Field. Use this stratagem at the start of the first battle round. Select 1 Corvus Blackstar unit from your army. Until the end of the battle round, that unit cannot be selected as a target for ranged attack unless it's the closest eligible target. That's really good. That's really, really good.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Flyers just get shot down turn 1 all the time. But for 2 CP, you can have something not get shot. okay. Really good. Obviously, it means your infantry that is basically screened by infantry most of the time, but still. So I think that's pretty good. Then for 1 CP, you got Clavis. Use your stratagem at the start of the fight phase, like one enemy vehicle within 1 inch of a Watchmaster. That unit suffers D3 mortal wounds, and until the end of the phase, it is not eligible to fight until all eligible units from your army have done so. So it just slows down a vehicle. Really good. Crap against a Rhino, really good against Lord Discordance. And then we've got Special Issue Loadout, which is 2 CP. Use your stratagem in your shooting phase when you select a Deathwatch infantry unit from your army to shoot. Until the end of the phase, essentially, it turns your bolt weapons, any bolt weapon that doesn't have special issue ammunition gains it, but it also changes it to heavy 1. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, Stormbolters are back, which is really good. But it changes them to heavy 1, so I mean, all your infantry are going to be suffering the movement penalty, and it's only 1 shot, so chop off your Stormbolters. Okay, so that's stratagems. That stratagem's done. Now I'm going to be talking about kill team specialisms. So these are like points versions of relics for kill teams. So essentially what you do is you upgrade the team by spending points on the unit, and they gain special rules according to which one you buy. There's only 6, but Kill Team Cassius, which is obviously a unit entry now, gains Aquila, has Aquila already, which is one of them. It's free, but it doesn't stop any other unit gaining that. So you can essentially get 2 Aquilas if you're taking one of them on Kill Team Cassius, but otherwise they're all unique. That's the only exception they've got. So let's talk about Aquila. It's a 25-point upgrade. You essentially select an additional battlefield role for the purpose of Xenos Hunters, and you reroll wounds of 1 in addition to the other one you've already chosen. So at the start of the game, you'll choose 1 battlefield roll. Every unit in your army reroll wound reroll wound rolls of 1 against that particular battlefield roll. You can upgrade one of your kill teams for 25 points, and it can choose 2 essentially. Now this is where it starts to get really interesting. So you got Venator, Malleus, Dominatus, Fiora, and Purgatus. So essentially they get 1 additional battlefield roll in addition. So Venator is 25 points. You reroll wound rolls of 1 against fast attack and flyers. But if you chose that battlefield roll as part of your chapter tactic, that unit rerolls all wounds. And that's the same for every other type of upgrade. So Malleus is against heavy support, Lord of War, dedicated transport. If you chose that one of those, you roll all wounds against them. Dominatus is elites, Fiora is troops, and Purgatus is HQ. So this is really strong. It is only for 1 unit, and it's like a 25 to 35 point upgrade, but rerolling all wounds against them is really good, especially when you got the stratagems as well, which way you can change which battlefield role you're targeting as well. I think these are really good to make kill teams really interesting. So especially when your kill teams are your Deathwatch veterans, and they're any of the 4 versions of kill teams you can build. Then we have relics. So some of them sounds familiar, some of them are actually really good. Again, I'm comparing off the index, so there weren't any in there, so not that I remember. So you got Beacon Angelis, which is you choose an infantry unit or biker unit, and it can be set up within 6 inches of the bearer and more than 9 away from enemy units, but you can't use it if the bearer came from reserve or the unit you're choosing came from reserve, or if you got anything on the battlefield that didn't arrive from reserve this turn. You can essentially yeet it to the beside your warlord, which is pretty decent actually. It's a lot better than I first read. Then we've got the Dominus Aegis, which is a storm shield. It replaces your storm shield and gains these rules instead. You add 1 to your armor saves, and core and character units gain a 5+ invulnerable save whilst within 6. That's good. That's good when you can start building the kill teams with 5 heavy intercessors and 3 eradicators. So then you got the Osseous key, which is for Watchmasters only. That's his little thing on his arm, I think. Enemy vehicles within 12 inches are -1 to hit and -1 to attack characteristics whilst within 12, which is really good. Then we got the Thief of Secrets, which is a power sword or Xenophase blade. It's +1 strength, -4 AP and 1 damage. It ignores invulnerable saves and 2 damage against Xenos keywords, and by that I mean like Tau, Eldar, Orcs, Necrons, etc. Tyranids. Then we got Tome of the Ectoclades. It's once per battle. You can choose an enemy datasheet in your command phase, and then core units reroll wounds out within 6 inches of the bearer until the next command phase, which is really good. So you can choose, if they're spamming a really horrible unit, like Eradicators, then you can reroll wounds against it with all core units within 6. So they've got 4 unique secondaries. Some of them are really, really good. Really good. Like Purge the Enemy is really good. Otherwise, let's talk about them. You've got Purge the Enemy. It's called Cull Order. So essentially, to do this one, you and your opponent take it in turns choosing battlefield roles that are in your opponent's army. They'll choose one, then you choose one as a Deathwatch player, then they choose another one. And if you kill every unit with the battlefield role chosen, you get 5 VP, which is amazing. If there isn't 3 battlefield roles, you choose as many as possible. So against Imperial Knights, it's going to be pretty terrible, but against most armies, this is a really, really strong secondary. Then you've got Battlefield Supremacy, which is the Long Vigil. Score 5 VP if no enemy units are within 6 inches of your deployment zone, and 1 Deathwatch unit is wholly within the deployment zone, excluding aircraft. So aircraft can't score this at all or stop you scoring this, for example. But you just keep stuff out your deployment zones, get 5 points a turn. Alright then. For 3 turns? Alright then. Easy. Those two are just like auto take, and I can't... These type of secondaries are ones that I can see, like WTC and etc. actually banning unique secondaries, because these two seem really strong compared to some other secondaries I've seen. Then you got No Mercy, No Respite. You got Cripple Stronghold. So the opponent choosing an objective in their deployment zone, and your infantry essentially can perform an action. If they do can perform the action, you get 6 VP for it. So that was pretty good, but it's only like late game you're really going to get that one. Then for Shadow Operations, you got Suffer Not the Alien. So you score 1 VP for each unit you kill with the following keywords, which is Tyranids, Tau, Eldar, Orcs, or Necrons. So obviously Deathwatch aren't alien hunters, that's the whole point of their thing, but this seems like a really, really strong secondary to go with it as well, along with all the other ones. Like you take Purge the Enemy, Call Order, or Suffer Not the Alien. It's a shame you can't take both, because that's what I was about to suggest, and I just remembered you can't. You can only take one instead of a normal one. But either of those are just like, so good. Like for example, the list I'm playing against Tank tomorrow has like 1 elite in it, 2 fast attack, you know, and some of the fast attack are Scarabs. If I was playing that army against Deathwatch, then I just lose. I just spill like so many points. So. It looks like we're out of tape, everyone. We've come to the end of this highlight reel. YouTube doesn't like really long videos. Everyone knows that. It likes 10-minute videos. That's why I gave you a 10-minute video. But if you'd like to see a full, like 30-minute or 40-minute breakdown of every single change I could find in this book, then do consider subscribing to Hellstorm Premium. You can do that right here by joining Tier 3 to get not only this video, not only the other book reviews, but also 50 other videos that are exclusive to Tier 3 small board gang members. You can do that by clicking down below, or you can do it at hellstormwargaming.co.uk, subscribe there and get all the videos there as well. It's the same content on both platforms, it's just whichever one you want to watch, whichever one you fancy. Do you watch on your computer? Maybe consider joining the website. Do you watch on your phone and cast it to your TV? Join right here on YouTube. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Don't forget, me and Tank will be live at 2 PM today. We're going to be having Space Wolves using the new supplement versus Necrons using their new Codex as well. So that should be really fun. I've got some Doomstalkers, I've got some Ghost Reapers, I've got all the good stuff. It should be really fun. Tune in at 2 PM today, UK time. But otherwise, have a great day. Thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.